Big Papa Pump needs your hookup. Holler if you hear me.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Let me in.
Say dummy. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hurls. Welcome to this week's HeelCast podcast. This week, I am joined by the one, the only, the Canadian killer, Kyle. How you doing?
I'm a little bit buzzed, sir.
Oh man, I wish I was buzzed tonight. I don't got much in my cup right now besides some ice water, and I got a little bit of a Diet Coke, but...
Well, you asked me how I'm doing, and I'm telling you, so...
That's good to hear. I expect nothing less on a Saturday night, sir.
It is the weekend.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Time to unwind. That's for sure. In these crazy times we're living in. All right, so we're going to give some plugs. Check out Wrestling with Wrestling, Robert Corbeil. Or Andre Corbeil. I'm sorry, he's gonna dislike me for that one. Andre Corbeil, Wrestling with Wrestling. Check it out. We are on their site. We are on also on his YouTube. He promotes us. So big shout out to Andre Corbeil. Check out impactasylum.net. Check out S&M Podcast with Michael Larkin. Check out the Max Wrestling Podcast. I'm sorry?
I like the last name Larkin.
Yeah, he used to pop in on this show. We haven't seen him or heard from him in a while. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway.
S&M Podcast with Larkin. Check out the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast with our former HeelCast member, Kyle. They're doing some good stuff. They actually just had Vince Russo on their podcast. It was a pretty entertaining show they had. I know you're not a fan. I am, though.
I know.
Yep. I'm trying to think if that's it. Check out the Impact Lounge with BQ. He's doing some good stuff. Check out the Bodega Wrestling Podcast, Jorge. Check our man Joker's Club, Chef. Check him out with the pod. He does his own podcast. They're doing a lot of podcasts, actually, so...
Now that name,
that's all the plugs. That is all the plugs.
Joker's Club sounds pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think he came up with that.
Yeah.
That's a long story for another time, but
yeah,
I have to get him on here, and he can tell you everything about it.
All right.
But yeah, man. So this week in wrestling news, like I don't even know where to begin. Like we have such a long list. I know I'm not going to do all these stories justice because we only have so much time to get this all in. But I guess let's just start off with the main theme for this week. The main theme is the Me Too movement of professional wrestling called Speaking Out. All these female wrestlers came out at a lot of these different male wrestlers all over the wrestling world, pretty much. A lot of it actually happened in the UK wrestling scene, but a lot of American wrestlers as well. A lot of Canadian wrestlers, you name it. There's a long list of people who were called out, and I don't even know how to take it because it's just one of those things. There's two sides to every story, and some of these stories are, I mean, there's ones that are very serious, like the ones with rape. Obviously those are pretty serious accusations. But then there's ones where they're just kind of like simple sexual harassment type stuff, which, that kind of needs to be dealt with at the time and place that it happened. I don't really know if going on Twitter and really calling out some of these people is the best way to handle some of these things. And then there's the pictures, the dick pictures, that apparently some of these male wrestlers are sending. They're sending them. I really don't know how to take that. I think it's more of some of these female wrestlers are just, they're trying to bring down some of these male wrestlers that they see fit. I don't see some of these are very serious, and there's serious accusations. And I think if some of these stuff that they're saying is actually happening, then whoever that wrestler is needs to be dealt with in the appropriate manner. But also, I just think some of these the timing of this stuff, in America, in the USA, we got all these riots going on. We still have the coronavirus going. It's just crazy with all this stuff going on. It's just like these people want utter chaos in this world. And I don't know. Like, I just think like this has become like some big phenomenon, and it's become this thing where people are latching onto the story, and then they're going to come up with anything that has happened to them in the past, and they're going to throw it out there. And that's fine. But at the same time, like, the people who are calling out, the people who are naming wrestlers specifically, that you better be 100% truthful on that, because if you're not, that's a defamation of character, and that's also, there's definitely some laws that go into something like that. So you better be 100% correct on what you're saying. And like I said, these are serious accusations. A lot of people have been losing their jobs over this. We've had releases from all the different companies. Well, I don't think anybody's been released from Impact yet or AEW, but NWA, Dave Lagana. I mean, he used to be a writer for WWE, Ring of Honor, and Impact. He was basically Billy Corgan's right-hand man. He lost his job. He's basically he's done with the company, like, right away. Like, his resignation was put in. So, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, he's gone already. I think that's interesting that he's gone already when, Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle and Jordan Devlin have all been accused as well. But apparently they are fighting it back. They've hired lawyers to fight this back. Yeah, it's really crazy. As far as Impact is concerned, they haven't really made any decisions yet. They're just kind of having an internal investigation. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this. MLW, Major League Wrestling, has released, what's his name? I just saw it here. They released Mark Adam Haggerty. Do you watch MLW, right?
I've watched MLW, but since for the last 3 weeks, I don't think I have been watching it.
Do you know who this guy is, Mark Adam Haggerty?
I can't recall the name.
Let me see. Let me do a little quick Google search here, because it's possible that's his real name and maybe not his wrestler name. Oh, okay. So he's apparently the announcer. Oh. And he was sending inappropriate messages to a 15-year-old. So, okay. I mean, that you got the proof there. So, yeah. But, this has been the big story from this week. Pretty much every female wrestler from any company has gone on Twitter and made some type of statement. Also, Jordan Grace has apparently went after Michael Elgin. So I'm sure that locker room is going to be a little awkward the next time those two bump into each other. But Jordan Grace has claimed that she's been sexually harassed by 20 different wrestlers. What's her definition of sexual harassment is my question. Also, where's her proof?
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry.
What the hell, man?
I don't know, man. She's something else. To quote the former AEW dude and quote the Raven Effect, her name is Jordan Disgrace. Okay. I can guarantee you we will probably never, ever try to interview Jordan Disgrace on this show. That's for sure.
You really don't like Jordan Grace, do you?
You know what? I have nothing against her in ring. I think she's a solid power wrestler. I don't think she has a lot of charisma. But I think she's a solid wrestler. I'm not taking anything away from her wrestling ability. No. I just cannot stand how she acts on social media. Okay. She's the ultimate preacher. She's the ultimate, look at me, do this, you can't do that type of person. She's just very preachy. Don't like people like that.
You know what, man? I agree with you on everything that you're saying. I don't follow Twitter, so.
You're lucky. Yeah, just stay off. Don't ever get it. Don't ever get it. Just live in your bubble, and that's. I'm thinking about getting off Twitter. I really am.
You know what, man? Maybe you should join the bubble.
I was in
Have
there.
a little bit of the bubble.
That's right. I got plenty of it. I still got a whole bottle full of General Admiral's cherry rum. Might have to crack that open. But yeah, man. I mean, dude, this is it's not good that this stuff's coming out. I mean, it's good in a way, but I just think this stuff needs to be dealt with. And I know a lot of these female wrestlers are saying that they're going to lose their career and they're going to get blackballed from the industry, but it's also 2020. I'm not sure you will get blackballed. I think people need these female wrestlers need to start coming out right now. If it happens present day, you come out with it present day.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't just wait 6 years and then you expose everything. I think it just looks like a fad. Yeah, like a fad or a trend or.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think you're really these accusations. You're affecting people's career. You're affecting what they do for a living. I just think, I don't know.
You know what, man? They're attention whores.
Yeah, that's what it comes off that way to me. That's what it comes off as. Some of this stuff why can't this be dealt privately? Why does this have to be broadcasted online throughout the world? So go to the authorities, handle it that way. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? Just
are they adults or are they children? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was never a big fan of posting this stuff all over the world and just, you know what I mean? Maybe some of these wrestlers are pieces of crap, maybe they are, but it's just man.
Well, I don't like Joey Ryan, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Or Joseph P. Ryan or whatever he calls himself these days.
Well, some of these stories too that are coming out, they're not even. Some of them are just they're not technically sexual harassment. They're just. It's bullshit. Just whatever you don't like about them. These people are just saying anything. Oh, this person kicked me out of a house because he thought I broke a stove. That was the story on Dave Chris. It's just stuff like this. It's what are we just venting because we don't like, we don't like what someone did? Okay, why does this need to be broadcasted? There's other avenues to go about because you don't like someone and he's, and a lot of these people, they're on TV and some of these wrestlers that are coming out, they're not on TV. So it's some of this stuff is kind of spiteful. And I think there's some jealousy in some of this. So, even Jack Hager, I mean, some of I didn't really go through the whole list of wrestlers who are being called out. I'll do that right now. Some of the wrestlers that are being called out by various other wrestlers or whatever
this will be fun.
Yeah, you got Michael Elgin, Joey Ryan, Dave Chris. Those seem to be the big three in Impact. Jake Hager is called out. Justin Roberts, he's the announcer for AEW. Jimmy Havoc. Gentleman Jack Gallagher, who we talked about, got fired. He got released. Velveteen Dream is another one. Matt Riddle is another one. Jordan Devlin, Will Ospreay, Bae Priestley. Yeah, some of them are even female. Some females got called out too, actually.
Oh my god.
But Bae Priestley got called out. Like I said, they're just trying to not all of these are about rape or sexual harassment. Some of them are just people venting their frustrations at some crappy things that they are claiming that some of these wrestlers did. So it's just all this stuff. The former Kid Ref, he's actually been on this show. He's called out Impact management, and then Moose attacked Kid Ref, kind of. He was sticking up. Moose basically went after Kid Ref pretty hard.
Hey, Mr. Impact Wrestling. I like how he says it.
Yeah, exactly. So, dude, this has just been a shit show.
Yeah.
It really has. I don't really know. I guess some of the way that Kid Ref was, the way he left Impact, wasn't very good, and I don't know. I don't really know the whole story on that. I can't really say who's right or if if he's right or Impact Wrestling's management handled it shady. And I guess they had an internal investigation on sexual harassment, and then they kind of covered it up. That's the way Kid Ref made it sound. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. It's just been the Twilight Zone these past 6 months. But anyways, this is the story that is just snowballed. It's a big cluster. More people are probably going to lose their jobs. More people might even get blackballed. Oh, yeah, and the big one, there's an independent wrestler. He's made some appearances in some federations. His name's David Starr. He's a guy that just deleted his Twitter because of a bunch of different accusations that were against him. So, Killer Kyle, all this, I've been rambling on about this now for a good 10 minutes. What is your opinion on all of this?
Well, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Let's get back to the wrestling.
All right, I like that. That's fine. I don't blame you. I really don't blame you because what the hell are you supposed to say to this stuff?
Right.
You don't know who's telling the truth. You don't know. We don't know these people personally. So, yeah, I agree. Let's get back to the wrestling. Let's see what happens. All right. Jackson Riker, we talked about this last week. He used to be Gunner in TNA. He made I don't think it's controversial, but he made a tweet basically saying he loves America. God bless. He loves our president. God bless type stuff. He said, forgotten no more. Caused a shitstorm with wrestlers who don't like Trump, whatever. In America, you have freedom of speech. You can say what you want, even if don't have to like it. But apparently he's been, apparently the Forgotten Sons are being broken up now. So his opinion has led to this stable being broken up, and no one knows what's going to happen with Jackson Riker. I don't agree with this. In my personal opinion, I don't agree with it because you should have an opinion, and it shouldn't really. It's your freedom of opinion. It's freedom of speech, and it's not. To me, there's always been two sides in America. You're liberal, Democrat, Republican, or liberal, Democrat, conservative, Republican, whatever. You should have your opinion and not have it affect it at your workplace. I think that's the crazy thing. So I don't know what's happening with Jackson Riker, but it's something to point out there. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't think he should get demoted or lose a push because of this. I think it's kind of bullshit that we're even having this conversation. And I don't know. He's a good wrestler. Let's just leave the wrestling to the wrestling. Let's leave their outside personal lives. When it comes to political opinions, that shouldn't come into play. That's just my opinion. Maybe someone else thinks differently, but whatever.
I agree, man.
Yeah. Not much else to go there.
No.
Yeah, we had another case in WWE where apparently one of the NXT developmental talents did contract coronavirus, the COVID-19. So they don't know who else this may have, who else may have contracted it. We don't know. I don't know. And my personal thing is I did contract it myself. Okay. I've talked about this the last 2 weeks on the HeelCast. It depends on the individual, and it's a scary thing because you just don't know how people react to this. A lot of people are just fine with it. Like, the death rate isn't that high, but there's still that small percent chance that it could. With me, it was 3 days of muscle aches and chills. And I'll tell you, when I tried to go to sleep, it sucked. I had to take Tylenol constantly to keep the pain down. But other than that, it was very similar to like when you get the flu, you get those, aches and chills. And then I had a week of no smell, no taste. But other than that, it was gone and I was fine. So I don't know.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So hopefully no other wrestler gets it. Hopefully this is contained.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I guess now I know you told me before we started recording that you didn't watch WWE for a while. Apparently they had fans though. They did have fans in the I guess they were in the Performance Center.
Yeah.
But they had fans back. I don't know how many they had, but I guess they had fans. So yeah. So there's that whole situation. Yeah, I guess we can talk about Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman, if you remember the big splash in the summer of 2019, I think it was the ratings were kind of slumping. WWE was looking to, throw something against the wall, see if it sticks. They brought in Eric Bischoff. They brought Paul Heyman onto the creative team to kind of run things on Raw. And, that is no more because Paul Heyman has been demoted off of the creative team. I think he's still a talent, but I don't know. And apparently AJ Styles had a big problem with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, I guess, was one of the guys that said he didn't see value in the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. So I guess AJ Styles was not happy about that. I guess he was really furious, and that's the reason AJ Styles moved to SmackDown, which is very interesting. So give me your take on this whole situation.
Oh my goodness. Well, when I heard that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff were going to be on Raw and SmackDown respectively, I thought, okay, this might be helpful for the WWE. And all the stuff that you're saying now, it's kind of like, well, it really hasn't been that helpful for the WWE, hasn't it?
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess certain people have gotten good pushes out of this. Like, I guess Paul Heyman was big on Apollo Crews. He was big on Huberto Camillo. What's his name? Huberto something.
You know what, Matt? I kind of find this guy a little bit annoying, but I'll try and see if I can say this right. Humberto Carrillo. There we go.
Thank you.
Carrillo. Right.
I think he was high on Andrade. He was big reason Drew McIntyre, I guess, is getting the big push. But, there were, I guess, problems with him and Vince and then the whole AJ Styles thing. So Paul Heyman, to me, when I was watching WWE, 2004, he wrote SmackDown that year. That was a really good era of SmackDown. I remember watching that and I thought, wow, that was actually really good. Paul Heyman, to me, he's a really good mind. But the one thing I definitely don't agree with Paul Heyman on, he does not like anyone over 40.
Huh.
Yeah, like he's very against like wrestlers that.
Yeah.
He's really good on pushing wrestlers, but like anybody who's like over that 40 mark, he's not.
Everybody's gonna make money. Everybody's got to make money.
But also too, like there's a lot of good 40-year-olds, wrestlers that are over 40. I think that's almost like you need those guys because those guys, they're like finely tuned products. Like you can go out there and you can push them, and you know what I'm saying? Like they can bring, they can definitely help out your younger wrestlers, because you can't just throw younger wrestlers out there and expect them to get over, you know, with the crowd. You need those veterans to help them out, and you know they need to learn the business. So yeah. So I don't know. And speaking with the whole, do you watch, or do you watch the show Aftershock on Impact?
I do not.
Okay, so it's like it just started in mid-March. It's with Don Callis and Jimmy. Who's the zombie princess? Jimmy Jacobs. Thank you. Yeah. Jimmy Jacobs. Yep. They do this. Yeah, that's right. They do this like 20-minute show, kind of talking about Impact, and then they'll usually bring on a guest. Well, apparently the last month or so, Don Callis has been dropping hints of wrestlers who are going to be coming into the company. And I guess Paul Heyman's name was kind of like hinted at. Oh. So that'll be something to like, yeah, kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't see it unless there's something we don't know about Paul Heyman's contract.
Yeah, right.
I don't really see it, but at the same time,
he's been pretty attached to Brock Lesnar, so
exactly. Like I still think WWE is just going to use him as an on-air talent,
right?
And I'm sure Paul Heyman's just going to be like, sure, I'll take the money and whatever, you know. So that's
he and his kids.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but so anyways, so that's kind of the whole WWE news scoop that's kind of been going on. I guess our next topic, I kind of want to address some things that happened last podcast with our virtual basement comments. So I'll address them because I was on the show. So me personally, I have been 100% positive on the game. I'm going to buy the game. I'm also going to buy the Retromania game that's coming out. That's actually coming out in less than a month, I believe. But former AEW dude made a comment where he said that this game's going to be a disaster. And I think some people took this the wrong way. I don't think he meant that the game's necessarily going to be bad. I just think he meant that the game it's going to have a hard time, you know, sustaining. I mean, making a video game is obviously very expensive. So he was just coming at it from a financial point of view. Like he's just saying they have basically a long, hard road to go. And they're going to have a big mountain to climb to make this game successful and profitable. I don't necessarily 100% agree with everything he said about it. I think people are looking for an alternative to WWE 2K, especially after what happened with WWE 2K20. I guess the game was bugged quite a bit. So I think that's where he was coming from. I don't know if he meant it to be, you know, hurtful or spiteful in any way. I just think it was his point of view because he actually has made a video game in the past. Former AEW dude. He used to work in the video game industry. So he does have some knowledge there. So it's not like he's just coming out with this and, you know, just, you know, coming out with this out of nowhere. He has actually been a part of the two different video games in a past work environment. So I do know that. So, but having said that, I think Virtual Basement is knocking it out of the park with what they're going to be giving fans. I think the roster is absolutely amazing from what they've gathered so far. I am 100% supporting this game. I think it's going to be, I can't wait to play it. And I was really disappointed when I heard the news about Impact Wrestling pulling some of the wrestlers out of the game. I just think that was it's a tough move, but there was something they didn't like about the contract. So I don't know. Whatever, take that as it is. But I just kind of wanted to address that because this, it kind of need to be addressed in my opinion. So, so now that we cleared that up, let's go on to some other things. I also want to address last week, we kind of branched off and talked about TNA and Impact Wrestling, like some of their I was kind of calling out their merchandising deals or their lack of merchandising deals, like no action figures, no video games, stuff like that, stuff that, fans can really gravitate towards. I thought they needed to step up in that department. And then 5 days later, we get the announcement of Micro Brawlers, which pretty cool. I was pretty excited to see that Impact released the Micro Brawlers Series 1 line. The three were Tessa Blanchard, Rhino, and Taya Valkyrie. So I was pretty happy that they did something there. I think it's just another good revenue stream, and I hope they come out with more. So that's definitely a positive for Impact, bringing that out. Hopefully they get more stuff like this, possibly a video game down the line. Heck, even a mobile video game would be something, So, yeah. So I just kind of wanted to bring that to the forefront. Killer Kyle, you got any comments on either one of these things? Killer Kyle. I heard something. You there? Okay. All right, folks. Looks like we're having some issues right now with Killer Kyle.
I'm here.
So
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Killer Kyle's back. All right.
I had to go to the bathroom.
No, that is all right, man. That is quite all right. I was just basically talking about, I was just addressing some issues from the last podcast we did about the merchandising deals of Impact, and then them just kind of pulling out of the virtual basement game, pulling the wrestlers out of the virtual basement game.
Yeah.
And then I just said that I was kind of eating some crow because 5 days later they bring out the Micro Brawlers, which kind of ties into my, action figure rant that I went on last week. So that I just kind of gave them props for coming out with that. So at least
I heard
something.
Yeah, man, I heard most of that.
Yeah, I just was wanting your if you had any comment on either one of the things.
The virtual reality game sounds really cool.
The video game that's made by Virtual Basement. Yeah, it's coming out for the next system. So it's going to be for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Which those are coming out, I think, around the holidays, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so this wrestling game is going to come out for those. But I was just giving them. I've been a big supporter of these two games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll definitely be picking it up. Okay, all right. I think that takes care of the news week this week. I don't know if I missed anything. If I did, I do apologize. But
yeah, my apologies for having to go to the bathroom.
That's quite okay.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I'm gonna give you the option here. Do you want to talk about the Slammiversary teasers and whatnot, or do you want to wait until we just kind of review Impact during the Impact review?
Well,
Okay. Well, when it comes up during the recap, we'll go over it then. All right. So let's just jump into the Impact review. We start off the night with tag team title match. We had the Rascals versus the North. The North ended up winning. They retained. But this was a really, really, really fun match. The Rascals, I mean, they're a very strong team. They've had a lot of opportunities at the titles in the past. Haven't been able to win them. But now we got a little different twist going on with the Rascals right now. We have the whole thing. Who keeps taking out Trey Miguel? He keeps getting, jumped. And we don't know who's taking him out. Nobody really knows. So what's your thoughts? And then give a little speculation as to who you think did this and where it's going.
I'm a really big fan of the North. Obviously I'm Canadian, but duh, right? I think the Rascals deserve the push, and I was kind of cheering for them to win the tag team titles, but unfortunately for the Rascals, my favorite team retained the championships, and as far as Trey goes, I have no idea who's been attacking him, man.
And then I know we didn't get to review the Impact before this with the whole tournament, but Ace Austin ended up winning it, but then we never really got the championship match between Ace and Trey because somebody took him out. And then Impact Management kind of brought Scott D'Amore basically said it's going to be a 5-way at Slammiversary. I don't really know who's taking out Trey, but for some reason, do you think it's one of the other Rascal members?
I don't think so, man.
So you don't see it going that way?
No, I would hope not, because they're a better version of the New Day. That's just my opinion.
Some hints to me have, I feel like some of the actions of Wentz is trying to make it paint off that he is taking out Trey. Yeah. Stepping into the main event, in the tournament, and then kind of going at Trey for not supporting them during the tag team title match.
Yeah, that's possible.
I don't know, but then they could really throw a swerve at us and say it was Desmond Xavier. Maybe he's the one who's, going to do it. I don't know. So this story is actually pretty intriguing, and I'm giving Impact some credit here because there was a lot of weeks that they weren't leaving us with any hooks.
No.
Wrestling, you need hooks. You need hooks to keep people. You want to have people keep guessing. So
keep coming back to watch more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Impact's done especially this show. I thought they provided us with a lot of different hooks, and I think that's a good thing. I'm with you. I really do enjoy the North. I think they're a great team. I don't necessarily agree with Ethan Page's Twitter opinions. And here's the other thing. Twitter is a dangerous place.
So I've heard. That's why I'm not on it.
Smart man.
Yeah, I try to be.
Smart man. But anyways, so good storyline though. Good storyline. So you don't think it's the Rascal member. If you had to pick a name, who would you pick?
For some reason I want to say Rohit Raju.
Okay.
Because,
that could make sense.
My insight is because he's kind of been lacking, right? He's kind of been going nowhere. He's been losing a lot. So he needs something to kind of give him momentum. So Rohit Raju.
Yeah, he's got an interesting storyline too. That could be something. That could be something where he's just trying to get attention. I could see it. All right. So then, gosh, where's my? Okay, here we go. So then next we had, boy, bear with me. I did watch the show, but I just need kind of a recap. Okay, next we had a kind of an altercation with Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
This was interesting, but I also thought it was kind of rushed. because Eddie Edwards was gone for the last set of tapings.
Yes.
So it's kind of like he came at Ace. Like, yeah, I get they had the whole feud with Alicia, but that thing was so, that was almost kind of a long time ago already now. So, they were just trying to get Eddie Edwards kind of back in there, and I thought it came off a little rushed, but I'm not complaining because of the main event that they had later in the night. I'm not complaining.
Right.
I love anything
I know what
Eddie
you mean
Edwards.
there.
I'm a 100% Eddie Edwards fan. I mean, I dig the guy's work. He does a phenomenal job.
The Boston Tea Party.
Yes, exactly. I just thought this segment, the way Eddie came off, was just kind of a little rushed. I don't know what he was so mad about, unless he's still mad that, Ace tried to get with Alicia, which, okay, I get that. I guess I get that.
Oh, my God.
Gosh. But then, okay, so then we had the debut match of Nevaeh. She took on Kimberly. Nevaeh ends up getting the win. I'm a fan of Kimberly. I think she does some pretty interesting stuff, but I've seen Nevaeh's work as well. I think she's a good hand too. She's been in the business quite a bit for a while, and after the match, they kind of get into a little scuffle with Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan. So first off, did you enjoy the match between the two, and do you like the feud with Havoc and Nevaeh against Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan?
Yeah, I thought the match was very well laid out. I kind of thought Kimberly, her ring attire was like a little bit sparkly. But other than that, I was cheering for Nevaeh because I think they're trying to push her. The whole thing with Havoc, I love that stuff. So bring more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, okay, so Impact's having this kind of tag team feud going right now. The Knockouts titles have to be coming back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah, without a doubt.
In my opinion, it's they got to be gearing up to bring these titles back, because why would they create these two tag teams out of nowhere like that? I don't know. I just think they're coming back. Yep, exactly. I think at some point we're going to get an announcement that those titles are coming back.
Maybe on the 18th of July.
You might be right.
Just putting it out there.
Yes. I think that would be a great time to crown new Knockouts tag team champs. So, good stuff. Then we had Rohit Raju versus Rhino. They had a little altercation the previous week. Rhino kind of dropped a Heath Slater comment, which is interesting. But this match, Rhino got the pretty quick victory on this one. Your thoughts?
I somehow think Heath Slater's gonna join Impact and they're gonna be a tag team again. Him and Rhino.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could definitely see it.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Yep. Did they have an official tag team name in WWE? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm a huge fan of Rhino, so I was happy. I mean, Rohit, you know what? He's not a bad wrestler. I don't think he does anything really wrong. I just think he needs. I almost want to see like a change of a tire for him. Something that would like change up what he's doing. Just give him something a little different. Yeah. I think that could go a long way for him. And get rid of the whole Desi Hit Squad music.
Yeah,
he needs to get rid of that. Like, it's just, to me, it's keeping him, it's kind of holding him down. He needs something different, so.
Well, I think he was trained by Sanjay Dutt, was he not?
He might have been.
I think so. I'm not sure on this, but I heard like Sanjay Dutt was like a mentor to him, I think.
I think you're right on that, because he won one of the reality. He won like the Gut Check, the Global Forged show. Yeah. He did win that, so.
I'm with you. I'd like to see Rohit Raju leave the Desi Hit Squad. That's for sure.
Yeah. So then we had another.
He doesn't need to be slapped around by Gama Singh anymore.
That's right. He can go on his own for sure. I mean, I agree with that. So you think he's the guy who attacked Trey? I think it's gonna be something more shocking.
I'm just putting that out there.
No, it's a good guess. If you have to make a guess, it's a conservative guess, but it's a good guess. All right, backstage we had Michael Elgin say he didn't go after Trey. Not much to really talk about there. So let's see. Next we had the TNA World Title match. It was Moose taking on Hernandez. This was kind of interesting. We had Moose end up winning the match, but then afterwards we had EC3's music play.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Did you caught that, right?
Yeah, what the heck does that mean something? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
trouble. Oh.
That's right. And
I'm gonna have to listen to that after this podcast.
I don't want to say any more because I'm gonna say it when we're done with the Impact show of the latest promo we got. But yeah, that's something.
Just saying.
Is EC3 coming after Boost? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Is the TNA World Title, is it like official now? Is it like
for good? Josh Matthews on commentary is kind of like, I don't even know what to do about this. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Right. Because we don't know where it's going. Yeah. Did you like Hernandez's effort here?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Hernandez fan. I'm a big fan. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Hernandez, he's a TNA legend in my book. So then backstage we had Dez and Wentz. They accused Reno Scum of attacking Trey, and then Thornstowe tells them it was Falaba and TJP. I don't know about that, but Reno Scum did have a match against Triple XL, and Reno Scum finally gets a win. Finally back in the win column.
Yes.
I like Reno Scum.
I love Reno Scum.
They were losing way too much.
Yes.
I think they're a really good team.
They are over, I think, anyways. They're most definitely over, and I think they should have a shot at the tag team titles against the North. But because they're both heel tag teams, and I think that's kind of why we don't see that.
Yeah, and that was the last time they had a shot. I mean, Reno Scum, like right when they came back, they had a shot at them, but that was it. They haven't really had nothing since. So, yeah, I enjoyed this match. It was a good match. I'm glad they got the win over Triple XL, and I got no problem with Triple XL. They're a solid team too, but they got to pay their dues. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So then we got backstage. We got Deonna Purrazzo who attacks Jordan Grace during an interview. Purrazzo puts Grace in the armbar for the second week in a row. Do you like the stuff between Jordan Grace and Deonna Purrazzo?
I thought Jordan Grace would be a better Knockouts champion than she has been, really. But I think that somehow she'll lose the championship eventually, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I hope, I get this feud, but I don't know. That'd be really quick.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really fast for Deonna Purrazzo to come in and win right away. It
would be like big bang boom, like too fast, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that, because it's not like you're getting Charlotte Flair. Okay,
Woo!
she's not like a Charlotte Flair, you know. Obviously there's history. Like, she has had matches in, Impact, and she talked about them already. But this would be pretty fast. I do like that armbar she does, though. I think that armbar is pretty sick.
Definitely.
Excuse me. I like Deonna Purrazzo, and she's going after Jordynne Grace, so I even like her more. You know what, though? I will say one thing about Jordynne Grace, though, is I like her new theme music. Her new theme music is a much, much better improvement over
maybe Impact is trying a little harder with Jordynne Grace.
Well, I think they have to. I just don't think she's connecting that well.
No.
I think she's just like there's nothing wrong with her.
Does it seem like it seems like she's kind of lost, right?
I just don't think
she's lost.
Like, she wasn't at the last taping, so that kind of hurt. But I just don't think she's like somebody that I don't even know how to describe it. I just don't think she's like that over. I think that's my problem with her. Like, she's a good wrestler.
Maybe she's too much of a baby.
Like, there's not much charisma to her. Besides the fact that she's got an interesting look.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good worker. She's very muscular, okay? But other than that, like
Don Callis said, she's a miniature rhino.
There you go.
Yeah. And she didn't like the comment.
No, she didn't. She didn't, because she takes everything personally.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, I just think she's just, I don't know. I don't see it with her. Like, I think Deonna Purrazzo already outshines her on the mic. I just think Jordynne Grace needs to get some charisma. Maybe then she'll.
She's a little bit of a Captain Charisma, if you will.
Captain No Charisma.
You noticed what I did there? I did a Christian and a Dusty Rhodes at the same time.
There you go.
If you will.
If you will. There you go. I like it. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes.
Yes.
So then we get that Willie Mack and Diener promo, which was pretty funny. I love the whole, Willie Mack making the Stone Cold references. I thought that was pretty good stuff. And then sharing a beer with the Dieners, that was funny.
What the fuck?
I enjoyed it. Man, we need more of that, right? Man. It was good stuff.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, very good stuff. Very funny. I want to see more of that. I do enjoy that. And they made a challenge for next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Willie Mack and the Dieners versus Chris Bay and Johnny Swinger, and then they got to get a mystery opponent, or they got to get a partner. So
now you're gonna get Johnny Swinger's head in my theme, the theme song in my head, Johnny Swinger. Thank you very much, Matt.
Oh, sorry, man. It's a priceless entrance.
It's contagious.
Yeah, that's right. It's priceless.
Woo.
So, who's your guess on who they're gonna get for a partner?
Man. I have no idea, but I hope it's going to be entertaining. And maybe it might be M. Buck again.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
That could be. It could be. Dude, and when Rich Swann's got to be coming back soon, right?
Yeah.
You would think he's got to be almost healed up by now.
One would think.
Or at least,
yeah.
I could be wrong, but
no, I think you're right.
I think there's, I don't know.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, so I would think Rich Swann's got to be coming back. I'm not saying that he's going to be the partner, but
no,
I don't know. I wouldn't be super, super shocked. So,
yep. Tune in next week.
Yeah, next, could be. Also, we had a really cool Crazy Steve promo. I thought his promo, he knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
He absolutely killed that promo. That was That was the
man,
promo of the week.
Yeah. By
Loved
far.
it.
I loved it.
Loved it. Mm-hmm.
I love Crazy Steve.
I mean, they're having another match too where he's going to get 2 partners. Who do you think his partners are going to be against cancel culture?
I don't want to say the menagerie, but you never know, man.
A lot of people are saying some people think it's just going to be Dreamer and Rhino. Like they were, because they were teamed up at Rebellion.
Okay.
But I'd like to think it's not going to be them two. I don't know.
Something different, right?
Yeah, I kind of want something different.
Yeah.
Yep. I just don't.
I agree.
Yeah, I just don't want the same thing.
The same old shit.
Yeah, I want something different.
Yeah.
So, all right. Then we had the main event. Eddie Edwards versus Ace Austin.
Yeah.
Street fight.
Yes.
This match was really freaking good.
Yeah.
Really freaking good. Ace Austin, to me, the guy, when I saw him on the Twitch shows, this guy always had talent, a lot of it.
Hell yeah.
He's a hell of an athlete. But he's really kind of grown his character work and his mic work. I think he's done a really solid job. Impact, I mean, they're behind him. Like, I understand people who may look at this guy not as a main eventer, but you're gonna have to start looking at him as a main eventer because Impact is 100% behind him.
Yeah.
And Eddie Edwards, what can you say? He's just phenomenal. These two had a really, really solid match. Madman Fulton comes back.
Yeah.
No longer in the OVE. OVE's dead. Chokeslams Eddie Edwards. And, Ace Austin gets the victory. Ace Austin, Madman Fulton are now a team. I'll have my thoughts, but I want you to give yours first.
Well, I have to break this out a little bit because we had OVE pretty much dismantled, right? Like, we no longer have that group anymore. So now you got Madman Fulton running around like a madman, no pun intended. What the hell am I saying? And then, you have him joining Ace Austin at the end of it. And Ace Austin, I agree with you, Matt. I think he is going to be a world champion, if not sooner rather than later. And I almost think Madman Fulton will be a tag team champion along with Ace Austin.
Yeah. Who do these two remind you of? Because I got a pair in my mind that they remind me of. But who do they remind you of?
Oh man, there's so many wrestlers in my time and in your time, but as wrestling fans, but I have no idea right now, but I'd like to hear your take on it.
Well, these two, they remind me of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Do you see the connection there?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like Impact is using Ace Austin like they used Shawn Michaels in 1993. Yeah. I'm getting that feeling basically, and I think they are high on Madman Fulton, and they want him to basically get, they want him to help out Ace Austin. I just think they're really high on Ace Austin, and that's they want to push him. That's fine. I'm all for it. I like Madman Fulton more than Ace Austin, but I want to see Madman Fulton get a big push out of this. Mm-hmm. If he's going to get the Diesel treatment, I am totally on board with that because that's who these two remind me of.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know. I do enjoy the move if it eventually leads to Ace Austin kind of getting his own thing. Maybe we'll even get an Ace Austin Madman Fulton feud out of this. Who knows? But that's a long ways away. But that's how I see this playing out. So
I think so.
Main event was really good though. I really enjoyed it.
Oh hell yeah, man! That was an awesome main event. And I'm gonna add in one more thing. I love the whole Willie Mack thing. That was awesome.
Very, very, very funny. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I've been really loving a thing I didn't really bring up. I've been loving the Susie Kylie Ray interactions. I think those are really cool. I like how they kind of found a common bond. I do enjoy that. So yeah.
So here's the thing that I have to say. Is Susie gonna be Su Yung on the next Impact?
I think it's very possible.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it's possible. I mean, Su Yung.
I hope so.
She's gonna bring her out when she has to. She's gonna bring her out when she has to. She doesn't. It's not gonna be in every show type of thing. But the thing with me is, I really enjoy the Susie character too, though.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like I'm almost liking. See, like, okay, the Joseph Park thing was comedy. Susie is still creepy.
It's
Susie's
real.
Yeah, exactly. Susie is still creepy.
Yeah.
Whereas Joseph Park was just comedy. So.
Well, remember, it's bad. You know how Susie does that? It's bad.
Yes, it's bad. It's bad, right?
So when she does that, is she referring to Su Yung?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because, well, remember, didn't she say every time I try to do something good, bad stuff happens to me? So maybe it's time I go bad. And then Kylie Ray kind of stopped it.
That's all I can say.
I like both of them. I think both are very
talented.
talented.
Sure.
Kylie Ray's very talented as well. So
she never frowns very much, does she?
No, she's happy all the time.
Yeah, she's at. Well, Madison Rayne tried to piss her off, but.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. All right, so then this is definitely what we really want to talk about is this promo, the second promo. The differences between this one and the first one. We got more names added to the pictures. We got 3 glasses now instead of 1. And we also have a former world champion is going to be at Slammiversary. What does this all mean? You know, what's your take? I want to hear your take first. Who do you think is showing up at Slammiversary? You can say 1 name, you can say 5 names, you can say whatever. Who you think's going to be there? Let me hear it.
I think Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson will be there. That's basically what I got from the whole thing. That's about it.
All right, but who do you think the former world champion's going to be? Because Luke Gallows was not a former world champion.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of former world champions out there. So there's one person I hope it isn't, and that's Alberto El Patron. I don't like that guy. He sucks.
Oh, man. Well, okay. Impact's been dropping teases left and right with, Eric. Michael Elgin was on the phone last week. Right,
yeah.
Well, it's got to be Eric Young, right?
Yeah, how did I miss that? He's my fellow Canadian. Shame on me.
But Eric Young, but it also could be EC3 with the 3 glasses. That could be
Did Bobby Roode get released?
No, I don't think he did.
Oh.
He's still employed.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby, I know. I wish he did. Like James Storm even dropped he dropped a little thing on Twitter this week.
Sorry,
hey, Slammiversary. Yeah, because he was pictured in the photo, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be James Storm.
Oh, he's Mr. NWA now, I think. So.
Well, who knows what's going to happen with NWA? Apparently, he's not even signed by NWA. NWA has a lot of guys that are just on paid per appearance.
Apparently, they're just a YouTube show, so.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I thought the promo was interesting. I think Eric Young is a for sure. Yeah. I think the Good Brothers are likely. I think they're likely to show
I
up.
hope so.
I think EC3. I'm starting to lean towards EC3 coming in. I wouldn't be so shocked if Rusev comes in either.
Rusev. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, really. But I think he'd probably go to AEW. He'd probably go to AEW, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think AEW is going to get Zack Ryder for sure. I think that's one guy they're going to get. I don't know. I don't know. It's very intriguing. July 18th is going to be a great night, though.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Who? I mean, Paul Heyman. I don't know. I think that's kind of a real long shot, but.
My name is Paul.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want Paul Heyman, to be honest.
You want to hear that on your Impact broadcast, really?
I don't know if I want that, and I don't think he's going to give up.
Fuck shit up. It's like I did on Paul.
You know, I don't know. I'm not really. Paul Heyman. Meh. I don't know. I mean, he's got the whole Brock Lesnar. I mean, he just lives by the whole Brock Lesnar thing now. You know what I'm saying? This isn't Paul Heyman from 1999. You know, where he was. It's time to get extreme. You know.
CNN.
Right, exactly. This isn't that Paul Heyman.
No.
So I don't know. I don't know what we'll see at Slammiversary. I do know that it's going to be a very, very fun show, though. Main event, like who do you think's winning the title? Do you think Tessa Blanchard's actually going to be there? That's the other question.
Well, I'm gonna cheer for Michael Elgin. I hope Eric Young comes out and helps him. If he needs
that would be cool,
right? That's probably how everything's gonna play out, you know. But we'll have to wait. And see.
Yeah. I think that could be a logical choice with maybe a whole new Team Canada type thing. Yeah, I think should be good. I think Eric Young's a lock though. I think Chris Sabin. I'm hopeful that the Machine Guns will be back soon too. Yes. I really hope so.
Alex Shelley.
All right. Impact this week, I really enjoyed it. I thought, I enjoy the storylines. I think they have enough that hooked you in to next week. So that's what I really enjoyed about it. They provide a lot of hooks. There's some mystery involved with the whole triangle, and then the whole promo at the end. I think that's good stuff. Impact's they're doing really good right now. I think they're on a good track. I can't wait to see who comes in and who doesn't. So good stuff. Yeah. You saw AEW this week, right?
I did.
Because I saw a little bit. I saw the whole Britt Baker thing with Big Swole. I saw the main event of Cody and Kip Sabian. I thought that was okay. It was a good match, but I don't know. What else? I mean, anything that really stood out to you that you really enjoyed?
I really like the way Cody Rhodes does the crossroads.
Okay.
Yeah, he spikes his opponent. I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. I also like the whole Darby Allin videos. I think those are cool.
Yeah, they are. Darby Allin's a very interesting character.
Yeah.
What's your take on Brian Cage?
I really hope Jon Moxley DDTs that motherfucker into the ground at the pay-per-view or at Fyter Fest or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, when is Fyter Fest?
July 1st and July 8th.
Okay, so it's coming up then.
They're 2 separate weeks, but all the titles are on the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Moxley wins. I think Moxley will retain. I think that'd be kind of quick for Cage to win.
Yeah,
were you a fan?
Moxley just won the belt.
So. Were you a fan? Were you a fan of Cage and Impact?
I was, but I didn't like how he was booked.
Right, I didn't like his title run. I said that quite a few times. I just thought,
He was booked very poorly.
Yeah, he's also a guy that gets injured quite a bit too. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Did you like Dynamite this week? Did you think it was a good show?
I think both Impact and Dynamite had a lot to offer. I failed to watch Raw this week, so I have no idea what happened on Raw. Other than that, yeah, both shows were awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool. I guess going back to Slammiversary, I'll just kind of give my prediction. I think if I had to give somebody the championship, and I'm looking at it, I would either go Michael Elgin or I would go Eddie Edwards. Those are the two I would pick. I think Tessa needs to drop it. I think she's hasn't really handled this whole situation very well. But I don't know. I just don't think she hasn't really made this title, I don't know, take it to a next level, so to speak. I don't know. I'd rather go back to Elgin or Edwards. That's who I'd put it on.
I agree.
It's too quick for Ace Austin. He's still got to be built up more, but he's on the path.
May I say one thing? Boston Knee Party. That's all I'm going to say.
I like it.
I love that move. Boston Knee Party.
I'd love to see Eddie Edwards win it again. So I'd be totally fine with that. I kind of wish this match was a King of the Mountain match, though.
Why is it not a King of the Mountain match?
I don't know. It's a 5-way. Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an announcement or something. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we got time.
So we do. We got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. That's all I got this week. I mean, we covered it. I mean, there ain't really much else.
No.
I also forgot to mention Taylor Wilde possibly coming back. She's been hinting on Twitter that she's making a comeback. So I'm all for it.
Will the Dollhouse come back too, or just Taylor Wilde?
Well, she hasn't officially come back, but she's just hinting at it on Twitter. She changed her name back to Taylor Wilde, and she's been posting a bunch of stuff.
I would like to see the Dollhouse come back because I like that theme song.
Okay, you're thinking of Taryn Terrell.
No, isn't Taryn Terrell who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, Taylor Wilde wasn't in the Dollhouse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're thinking of Taryn Terrell.
Well, you know what? Maybe they're twins. I don't know. What do I know?
Because they're both blonde?
They're both blonde.
Okay. That's the only connection I can see, but I got you. Well, hey, I would love for Taryn Terrell to come back. Why not?
I want the Dollhouse to come back. That's what I want.
Well, Marty Bell, I mean, she's doing the NWA thing, but
right.
You could possibly get her back, but you ain't gonna get Jade back because she's over in WWE right now. So
right.
Yeah.
She's long-term contract.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, this was fun. Slammiversary, it's coming up. Very excited for that. Very excited. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, should be fun. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed this rundown of the HeelCast here, and for Killer Kyle, for Hurls, we are on the out. We will hopefully see you next week. We will definitely try to get both of these shows on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes and all the various podcasting platforms. So until then, we'll see you next time.
Peace.